everybody, my name is Allison if you're new here, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet a rainbow. I have actually never even tried or attempted crocheting before, and last week I figured it was time that I tried it because I've been a knitter since I was in elementary school and joined a knitting club in the library, and so I figured I'd give it a shot. I recently picked up crochet because I was looking to do something a little bit different. I love the things you can make and all the possibilities crochet has to offer, so I started that. And recently we went on a little road trip to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and there was this crazy crochet rainbow there that was just so pretty, and I was inspired. So I really wanted to do something similar, and we had this big blank space above our bed, and Will's mom recently saw it and she thought, oh, why don't you crochet a rainbow for there? And I thought that was kind of perfect. So I have been working on this all week. It took me about 7 days-ish. I didn't work on it like religiously for all 7 days. I think I worked on it a couple hours a day. I'm definitely a newbie when it comes to crochet, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, and feel free to comment in the comment section down below if I royally mess up, because I'm definitely interested in learning more about it. I watched so many YouTube tutorials on this and none of them were exactly what I was looking for, so I thought, oh, I could maybe do like a little video on that. So this is my first like crafting with me video. I'd love to do more because I honestly love crafting, but I think I'm not really like super great at it, but I don't know. Just gonna wing it, give it a shot. This is what it turned out like. It's really pretty. I love the colors. I think that it was honestly really overwhelming to choose different colors for this rainbow because there are so many colors of yarn out there, and it was just really hard to pick like what tones of the colors I wanted to have. And I wanted to definitely do something like with bright colors, but I also wanted to do something with like more earth tones because I love the idea of like having more of like an earthy display of colors, and our bedroom already kind of has like some earth tones in it. I definitely tried to pick yarns that were a little bit less expensive just because I needed so many different colors, and also I just didn't want to spend a lot of money on this project. So each yarn that I got was roughly under $5, which is honestly pretty decent for yarn, and I used 10 different colors for this project. I think my total for this was probably like $35, and then the crochet hook was like $5, so maybe like $40 total, which I feel like is like pretty decent, and I love it so much. When I was making it, I was like, oh, why didn't I make like a blanket like this? Like I can literally like wear it as like a little cape or something. I chose different textures for the yarn. Like this one's got a lot of like alpaca in it apparently, and the red is just this like acrylic-y one. This is another one with alpaca and wool, so they have a lot of different textures. This blue one is literally Satan's yarn. It was horrible to deal with. It literally knotted on me so many different times. When I first got it, the skein of yarn was literally so messed up that I was like, I don't know if I want to use that, but I just went with it anyway. And do I regret it? A little bit. So I used 10 different colors of yarn. I've still got so much leftover yarn. It was really cool that each one didn't actually take up a full skein, because now I feel like I have like all these colors and I can do so many more things. And I used this bad boy right here. It's a 16mm crochet hook, big old plastic boy. Came with 2 others. It was a pack of 3 from Michaels, and I think it was like $4.99, so I feel like that's like really solid. To figure out the dimensions on this project, something that I would recommend doing is figuring out where you want to put your rainbow, because I put mine on our wall above our bed and I didn't want to make it like awkwardly small or like way too big, so I figured I would measure the space, figure out how wide it is, like not making it too big, you know, obviously it'd be like awkward if it's too big or too small, and just like measuring how much of each color I would need. So I call this my rainbow math, and basically it's just me trying to figure out the dimensions. I figured out that it needed to be 72 inches wide. there was going to be approximately like a 10-inch, maybe less, gap in between for the actual like inner arch that's just going to be blank. And that means that 72 minus 10 for the inner arch divided by 2 is 31. So each side of the rainbow was going to be 31 inches approximately. And then I divided that by how many colors that I was going to use for the rainbow to know how thick that I was going to make each color. Just that way, like when I was crocheting, I could like think like, oh, this looks like about right, and measure it, and if it's about the right width, then I would just be done with that color. So for this one, since I divided 31 by 10, it was about 3.1 inches each for the width of the color. So I would just like look at this here, and when I was crocheting, I would just take my tape measure. I would measure about 3.1 inches. Oh yeah, that's about 3.1 inches, you know, just like very approximate. Like I just wanted it to make sure like it wasn't gonna be like obviously disproportionate, you know, like each color was getting like its fair shot to shine. Definitely would recommend that. So for this project, you are going to need lots of yarn. I have a crochet hook. The bigger the yarn you get, these are all bulky. I think they're all either 5 or 6, and then the bigger the crochet hook, the faster the project will go, and the larger this will be. And then a pair of scissors and a small yarn needle. I don't know where mine is, but yes, you will need those things, and then you'll be good to go. This YouTube video is very much inspired by another YouTube video of this really cool girl doing another crochet rainbow, but in a much smaller scale. So I'll link that down below in the comment section if you want to check it out, because it's pretty solid. Whenever I did something that I didn't know exactly what to do, like increasing, I would just Google it, and I can link those YouTube videos down below if you haven't done something like that before, or changing colors, didn't know how to do that. So I can link that all down below, and I hope that you enjoy making this with me. The first color I used was a steep shade of purple. I used Lion Brand's Hometown yarn in the color Portland Wine. Start out by making a slip knot, then you are going to chain 40 to start. Obviously, depending on how large you want your rainbow to be, this number may be smaller or larger than 40 chains. Then go back using single crochet. But every once in a while, you are going to increase a stitch by doing 2 single crochets in 1 hole. This will give your rainbow an arch. There isn't an exact number of where to increase, just make sure to increase a couple times per row in order to guarantee that your rainbow has an arch. When I came to about 3 inches of my single crochet in dark purple, I switched colors to a lighter purple. The next color I used is K&C Luxe Crafts Angel Hair yarn in the color Lilac. And I changed colors, flipped my work, and now I'm going to be going back over my last row doing the same thing as before, increasing every once in a while as I go. Make sure you lay it out as you go to make sure it's looking how you want it to look. It was so exciting to see the shape forming into what I pictured in my head. Once I made it to about 3 inches of this lilac color, I switched over to the light blue. I used K&C's Luxe Craft Angel Hair yarn in the color light blue. I changed the color, flipped my work, and went into single crochet down the next row. It's the exact same thing as before, with the single crochet and increasing. When I came to about 3 inches of my light blue single crochet, I switched to a darker blue. I used Big Twist Comfy yarn in the color Cerulean, but I honestly wouldn't recommend this yarn as it knotted on me early in this process, and honestly was so frustrating to deal with. I changed colors, flipped my work, and went over my last row doing the same thing as before, making sure to increase a couple times, just to keep that arch shape. Hey everybody! So I'm gonna work on the rainbow again. This is day 3 of working on it. I'm getting really pooped. I feel like every day I wake up and my wrist is like slightly stiff and sore. So I feel like just like gonna massage it a little bit and then get to work. what it looks like so far. I've got dark purple, light blue, dark blue. I was a little bummed. I wanted to do dark blue in between the light purple and the light blue, but I kind of just like spaced and put the light blue there anyway. So bummer, but it honestly looks really good. So I'm not gonna dwell. And yeah, I'm gonna get started. It would be so cool if I could finish this today, but there's 10 colors total and I'm only on number 4, so I'm kind of doubting it. So we'll see. After making sure that this dark blue color was about 3 inches, I switched it over to the dark green. I used Bernat's Softy Chunky yarn in the color Emerald for this one. I changed the color, flipped my work, and went into single crochet down the next row. It's the exact same thing as before with single crochet and increasing. Once I made it to about 3 inches of this dark green color, using my measuring tape, I just made sure I switched it over to the lighter green. I used Lion Brand's Hometown yarn in the color Lakeland Olive. I changed the color, flipped my work, and went into single crochet down the next row. Okay, I'm loving these two greens together, but very annoying that I'm already making so many mistakes. The next runner-up is this yellow. I checked, made sure it was about 3 inches of the green, and then I switched it over to this Bernat Softy Chunky solid yarn in the color Brass. I actually made an Instagram poll about this color and asked if it was orange or yellow, and thankfully most people thought it was yellow, so I just ordered an orange, and then it was pretty clear that it was yellow, but definitely on the fence about this still. I changed the color, flipped my work, and then went into single crochet down the next row. Exact same thing as before with single crochet and increasing. When it was finally time to say goodbye to this yellow and move on to a new color, you clip the end and you're good to go. I next added this beautiful orange color with a lot of alpaca in it by K&C Crafts Alpaca Solids yarn in the color Pumpkin. I changed the color, flipped my work, and went into single crochet down the next row. Exactly the same as all the other times before. By the time I wrapped up this orange color, I was completely obsessed with this rainbow. I'm just so excited. How it looks is so cool, and it's a perfect little 3 inches. So time to move on to the next color, and the next color is going to be this beautiful red color. This red is Lion Brand's Hometown yarn in the color Cincinnati Red. I changed the color, flipped my work, and went into single crochet down the next row. It's the exact same thing as before, and if you're crocheting along with me, don't be discouraged, you're almost done. Just 2 more colors to go. What is going on? Why is it blue? When I finally made it to about 3 inches of this gorgeous, gorgeous red color, I switched over to my final color, pink. So exciting, last color, this is it. I used K&C Luxe Crafts Angel Hair yarn in the color Rose. I changed the color, flipped my work, and went into single crochet down the next row using this gorgeous pink. It's the exact same thing as before with the single crochet and increasing, only when you get to the end, you won't be adding any more colors. When I finally got to the end of this gorgeous pink yarn, 3 inches, perfect amount, I was able to pull off enough for the tail, cut the end, and then put this tail through the hole, pulling it tightly, that way it knotted. After that, I took my yarn needle and weaved through each different color of tail sticking out into my project, that way it was seamlessly constructed. I also linked in the description box down below the video that I used to learn how to weave in my ends if you haven't done this before. So this is how it turned out. I love it. I'm really excited. I think it turned out so nicely. The one thing that I will say that is just honestly such a bummer to me is I somehow just like didn't make the whole rainbow arch like flat on both sides. Mine is definitely like arched up a little bit, which I don't hate. The tapestry vibe is there. It looks really good on the wall. I think like it's fine. I think it looks really good. I'm really proud of myself. This is my first time ever crocheting. I think I did a pretty decent job and I'm not gonna get too hard on myself here, you know, but I just think it looks so cool and I'm so excited about all these colors. It's so beautiful. I hope that you enjoyed doing this with me. I had so much fun doing it. I would love to do more of these thrift. Okay, so what happens when I only do thrifting content? I was just about to do thrifting. Okay, I did go the other day though, and I still have to do a thrift haul, so you can look for that. It'll be coming up. What I was gonna say is that I'm hoping to do more of a crafting series. I think that would be so fun. I love crafting and I love like finding new projects to do and new things to learn that I didn't know how to do and stuff like that. I think it would be really fun to do. And honestly, just like dipping my toe into crochet has really made me want to find out how to do more. Like I'd love to make like a crochet bucket hat or something. I think they're adorable. And that would just be so fun, so maybe I'll do something like that. And yeah, I just think this was such a fun project. I will link all the yarn down below if you want to buy what I bought. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just, if you like love this color pink and you like can't find it anywhere, you can find it down below. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was informative. I'm sorry if it was like a little bit rocky. I've not done one of these before, but I hope that it was okay. Yeah, let me know if you try it down below and if you thought it was so fun to do on your own. And I'm just gonna wear this now. Not really though, it's very warm. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please feel free to give it a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel if you want to. It means so much to me and I would love to do this as long as I can. So yeah, I hope that you have an amazing day and an amazing week, and I will see you next week. Bye!